morning, I'm Jennifer Wells with News Talk Radio 610 96.7 from New Hampshire today. I'm here at Renaissance Firearms with Ernie. We are going to go over some conceal and carry options and any questions that people may have about conceal and carry, and also some of the firearms that both men and women can use in self-defense, whether they're out and about in public or if they're at home. Morning, Ernie.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good. Now, we want to talk about conceal carry.
Yes.
So, as you see me right now, dressed as in business attire, business casual, do you think I'm carrying conceal?
No.
Okay.
I don't.
If I told you I was carrying conceal, you might not be surprised. But if I tell you how many guns I have on, how many guns do you think I have on?
Well, I'd say none, but if I had to guess, one?
Go a little more.
Two.
More.
Four.
More.
6.
More.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
10.
7.
Wow.
But I could have done more if I had more holsters to carry.
Really? Wow.
And I'll show you what I have.
Okay.
First of all, take off. There's nothing inside my coat. I mean, on my coat, in the pockets of my coat. But I have on the shoulder holster, which I personally am not really comfortable with. I think they're a little bit, for me, I'm a little chunky, so I reach way around, so big. I have what I usually carry for a gun right here.
Okay.
I have in my front pocket a small Ruger LCP 380. These are all unloaded too. Let's see. I have in the small in the back a Versa 380.
We're at 5.
Yeah. I have right here a Smith & Wesson revolver. I usually carry. I often carry on that ankle. I never carry here, but I did put one here just so you can see that you could carry a second ankle gun if you needed to. And that's 6, right?
I believe that was 7.
That's 6 so far.
Oh.
And then I have one right here. You just.
Oh, Mr. Smith, you want to see what you bought?
Wow.
This is a holster made by Galco, and it's made for really deep concealment. So when you tuck it inside your shirt, tuck your whole shirt over it, and all you see is that little hook coming out.
So could it look like a cell phone holder?
Yeah, this is kind of an uncomfortable because it's right where you want to sit down. But other than that, it's very comfortable to carry concealed. And like I say, some concealment holsters are more comfortable than others. The ankle holster, I'll forget it's on at the end of the day. This holster here, I never know it's on after a few minutes of being on. It's just so comfortable. Like I say, the shoulder holster for me personally, I don't really like it because you have to keep a coat on all the time. And it's just a little hard for me to reach over to get to it. So that's just some of the options you have.
Well, let's go over this one. Now, who would typically use this type of...
This is often for law enforcement.
Okay.
A lot of detectives will wear this, or a lot of business people that are going to be in a suit all day long and never take their suit coat off. That's a very common type of holster for somebody like that. Or in the wintertime, especially in New England, where you're in a coat all the time. Somebody traveling a lot, somebody in a job where they're driving all day long, they're in a coat, winter coat often. It's a pretty common holster there.
Okay.
Not so much, in the summertime as much. Not so much a hip holster in the summer either because it's very open. Although I always tuck my shirts in. A lot of guys wear open shirts or t-shirts that you can leave untucked. And they'll come down typically around here. So any type of holster that rides kind of high like this, they'll conceal very well. At the same time, you would wear an ankle holster in the summertime often because you're wearing shorts. But in the shop here, I always wear pants in the summertime, wintertime too. We're dressed in business attire. That's a pretty common way to carry. Every person's different. It's different for every person. It's kind of hard to figure out sometimes how to carry, especially for women. I found because women don't tend to wear as many overcover garments like men do, and they don't tend to wear pants that they could wear ankle holsters with, like your pants, your capris are a little bit higher, so it's a little bit harder. A lot of times women wear a purse gun, they'll put a gun in their purse, and I would really recommend a gun.
I was just going to say that. I have my purse with me all of the time.
I recommend a gun that's got an external safety on it, because then you can have that safety engaged, so it's in your purse. But not just put it loose in your purse, because you can lipstick, pen, keys, whatever can get in the trigger guards. Always trying to enclose the gun in some kind of case, holster, whatever, inside your purse. Plus also have that external safety on for an extra measure of safety.
So here in New Hampshire, because I've had a lot of listeners call in and ask this, what are the conceal and carry laws?
That's something we never tell customers in the store. We always say, we know the answers.
Right.
But we always tell people either call your police chief in your town or talk to your attorney. You do need to get a concealed carry permit to carry in New Hampshire, but there are restrictions. You can't carry to like courthouses, places like that.
Okay.
But other than that, unless it's like posted on the outside, no concealed carry weapons, and some stores will post that on there. You have to respect that. You can open carry in New Hampshire without a license, but to carry conceal, you do need a concealed carry permit.
That answers that question. So, Ernie, what are your recommendations as far as firearms that men and women can carry?
Before I'd even start there, I would just start with a thought process beforehand about why you want to carry concealed.
Sure.
And prepare yourself to carry concealed. I was watching the movie Braveheart the other day, and young William Wallace is about to be trained by his uncle, and he wants to use the sword. He wants to go fight, and the uncle says, "Learn to use this, and I'll teach you to use this." And I think that's really important. So, a couple of books I recommend. One is called In the Gravest Extreme. This is written by Masad Ayub. He's a police officer. He's semi-retired now. He's from New Hampshire. Grew up in the Manchester area. He's like the world authority on personal protection. He's testified at hundreds of police trials for policemen that have been involved in officer shootings or civilians involved in officer shootings and civilian shootings. And he has a really good understanding of what justifiable self-defense is. So a book like this is really, really good just to tell you, it won't tell you the exact law, but it gives you a rough idea of, what is self-defense? What is self-defense? What is justifiable use of deadly force? And he has a really good explanation for that. The other's a book by a guy named Jeff Cooper. He was a colonel in the Marine Corps, World War II. And he really started the idea of using a pistol for personal defense back in the 60s. And this book has nothing to do with firearms. It's more of a mindset. Just being aware of your situation around you. Just, you go into a situation that's not right, be aware of that or try to stay away from it. And another book by Gabe Suarez. He's a police officer in the LA area. Similar type of book. Not about specific tactics, not about specific firearms. It's just about thinking, get that mindset. And that doesn't say you need to be some Rambo type, kill, kill, kill type character. It's just self-defense thinking, common sense thinking, being aware of what your situation is. The other thing I can't stress enough that I tell everybody they ought to buy is a really good flashlight. And not a, Maglite, Home Depot type flashlight, but something made by either Streamlight, Insight Technology, Surefire. We carry Surefire flashlights. These lights are so good. They have so many uses. The biggest thing is I'm not going to shine it in your eye, but as I bring it up your body, you can see it's really bright.
Right.
So if I put it into your eyes, you're going to have to kind of turn away. It's going to be too much to look at. Then there's just a common sense thing. You're walking through a parking lot at night, getting in your car. Look in your car before you get in. Shine around, look around your car before you get in. Those are just common sense things. So identifying
Perfect for the glove box or your purse.
glove box, pocket, purse. They're expensive, but they're great. You light, you can't break it. Runs forever, or not forever, but it's just a really good all-around common sense tool to have.